podcast.
Ah,
Are we live? There we go. Good morning. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Bertie. How are you doing?
I didn't have my papers. I didn't do the shuffle. I found them now. I nearly did my tax bill there. No one wants that.
Nobody wants to see your tax bill. Nobody wants to see it. We're talking about luck. Is your tax bill lucky?
Probably not.
Yes.
Yes,
So
we are.
We are creating your own luck. I wanted to talk about this because I did a post on Instagram a while ago and it got loads of engagement and people were really, had a lot to say about it. And I said, repeat after me, I make my own luck. And I think that really resonated with people because I find that a lot of the time we say, oh, I'm really lucky that that's happened, or oh, I'm really lucky that my business went this way, or oh, I'm really lucky that I met that person, or that opportunity presented.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe that when we say that, we're sort of removing ourselves from that situation or thing that's happened, or we're kind of handing it over to fate or something outside of ourselves.
Yeah, I think it's like a modesty thing, isn't it? Sometimes
Yeah, maybe.
I think there are elements, of there's right place and right time and all that sort of stuff. But I think for the majority of things, I think you do create your own luck, which is essentially what we're saying today. Or you put yourself in a situation where those good things can happen, or maybe those bad things can happen. And I think when you start attributing things to luck, either good luck or bad luck, I think you're taking away any sort of control that you have in that situation and not recognizing either the good things that you've done to get to that situation, or equally the bad things that you've done to get into that situation. Because people can easily say, oh, I'm unlucky all the time. It's like, I just keep falling over when I'm going out. It's like, but if you're going out getting pissed every single night, there's a high probability that you're going to come back and fall over and get into trouble and have marital problems and all that other stuff. So there are things that you can do, and I'm not saying that everything is blamed or is directly related to those actions, but the majority of things are, and I think that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah, and I think when you're using luck, either bad luck, like constantly falling over, or things keep happening to me, or or you blame the good things down to luck, you're literally taking you out of the picture, and you're believing that there's fate or some outside source. And I think actually when we go, oh God, this is really good, I've done this. I was in the right place at the right time, and I grabbed the opportunities, and I knew where I wanted to go, and I had an idea about what success looked like, and I went and spoke to that person, and I put myself out there, or whatever it is that you're doing. That gives you agency. And when you start to feel like you're in control, you can do more of it.
Yeah.
But when you attribute everything to luck, you're outside of that situation and you don't feel as great about the things that have happened. You're like, oh, I'm just a lucky person. It's like, no, you've done all this stuff. Even if you were in the right place at the right time, you still spoke to the person, you still did the thing, you still took some actions, and other people might not have done that. And I think as entrepreneurs, the more that we can realize our own agency and our own power in situations, the more we're then able to go, I'm shit hot. I did that. That's great. I feel great about that. Look what I've done. I can do more of that. When we put it down to luck, we're removing ourselves from it. And then It's like, we can't do it again. We can't replicate it again. It feels like it's happening to us. We're not the people doing it. And so I've just come back off holiday and we caught ourselves saying, we're so lucky. We're so lucky to be here in this beautiful bell tent, in this beautiful thing. And I was like, no, we're not lucky. We made this happen. We can be grateful. I love a gratitude journal. And it was like, let's change luck for gratitude or grateful. Like, I'm so grateful that this is happening to me. I have so much gratitude, because when we're saying luck, we're just not there. So, yeah, I think it's just like a slight change of wording can make all the difference to how we feel about ourselves.
Yeah, I think recognize it. If you've done great work, or if you've done something that's really good, or if you're putting yourself out there, like, on social media or going to loads of networking meetings, and then you're getting clients as a result, as an example, that isn't luck that those people have just come. You don't see I suppose, yeah, that's it. People just see the tip of the iceberg, don't they? Or you know, the duck or swan, whatever, swimming. They don't see all the hard work that goes into it. I mean, yeah, I think there is, you know, as a and I was writing about this recently as well. As a white male, obviously, I have, you know, advantages in life over other people, you know, and I recognize that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
you know, it frustrates me that when, you know, if people say, oh, well, you're a white male, of course, you know, you that's going to happen. It's like there's a lot of other white males that don't achieve success and make, you know, the same sort of excuses. So I think it's, you know, it's important to recognize those things, that you know, you have a natural sort of leg up, but you know, that's something that should be recognized and acknowledged, rather than used as an excuse either for your own success, or some people won't don't leverage those advantages anyway, which is you know, if you have an advantage in life, then take it. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to ignore everybody else. You can still help others around you at the same time. With great power comes great responsibility, right?
Oh, I love that. So then you're pulling other people with you. Come on, like, I'm up here. Come and join me up here. I'm going to help you get up. I think it's really good that you acknowledge that you're a white male and you're at the top of the tree. You know,
just in case you hadn't noticed.
You are at the top of the tree, aren't you? And that is you kind of got a bit of a leg up over people in all sorts of ways. But I think the thing of luck is just attributing the good work that you do. And you can still do that even if you're like, I'm great and, you know, I've got advantages, but it's okay. It's okay to then go, but I'm not lucky. I've still worked for this. I've still put myself out there. There's lots of people who haven't done what I've done, and that's not all down to my gender and, you know, ethnicity and where we grow up. Like, I think we both come from quite poor towns, don't we? That if people go to the town that I come from, I had some friends and they went, oh my God, we went to Gosport and we wanted to leave straight away. And everybody looked slightly depressed and a bit like shabby. And I was like, yeah, that's where I come from, you know. But I don't think it's luck that's got me here. It's like sheer determination and a bit of grit and grace and hard work. And I don't want to pass that over to luck. I want to kind of own my own scrabbliness that's got me where I am. And I think that other people should do that as well. There's power in acknowledging the things that we do to get us where we're going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you know, I can safely say that as well. Like, it's like every single thing that I have achieved, you know, I've done. You know, I wasn't handed anything. So yes, you know, it's like you know, white male, slight, you know, advantage in life. I acknowledge that, but I wasn't handed any. I didn't have any inheritance from anybody or anything like that, or broken. It's, you know, like it's the school of hard knocks, right? You know, and I went through a lot of things as a child, and things were up, and then they were down, and I don't want to go too much into my own childhood now, but you know, everyone has their own experiences, but it is what you make of it, right? You know, and I've you know, there are people that have gone to university and had that leg up in life who just haven't got a fucking clue and are blaming, you know, society, or blaming, you know, whatever for not achieving those successes. Whereas you have other people that really appreciate every single thing that they have and make the most of every opportunity. And I think it is a mindset thing as well. I know you've been doing a lot of you know, work on mindset coaching and things recently, but I think, you know, if you wake up in the morning and, I don't know, like I dropped an egg on the floor the other day, and you could very easily, when you're rushing around though and an egg smashes, it just goes everywhere, doesn't it? It's like, you know, you can, there is the attitude of, well, day's fucked now, isn't it? Everything's going to go wrong. And it sounds ridiculous. People do have that mindset. And how's your day? Oh, egg went on, that's it. I knew the day was ruined. That day's gone. Don't cry over broken eggs. I'm sure that's the saying. Some dairy products in there.
Yeah, that's really true, because you touched on it as well. It's like, you make your own luck, but also you need to take responsibility when things aren't going so well. Because if you don't take responsibility for when things aren't going well, you can't fix them. If you're like, it's that person over there, or it's that situation over there, or it's this thing over there, you've got no agency. One of the things that kind of helped me the most, like as a teenager living in a terrible place and everything going wrong and kind of being homeless, I just woke up one day and went, shit, I did this to myself. You know, yeah, my parents divorced, but I think a third of children in the UK's parents divorce, and they don't all end up like homeless, living in squalor. And when I had that moment, I'm responsible for this, everything changed. And I think you can spend your time blaming everything else, and that means you can't get out of it. Once you realize that you're in control, you can do anything. It's so powerful. So own your good things and own your bad things as well. Like, we're in control of our lives, of how we feel about things, and we can change stuff. I think it's super powerful. So yeah, just own it, good and bad. It's yours.
This is now one of my, it's one of those things that I discovered, in the last sort of, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, possibly, maybe 5, like owning your shit, like whether it's good or bad, whatever goes wrong, generally, as soon as I push it onto, well, I fucked up here, this is my fault, suddenly you're in a position to do something about it. Like if you're running a business and like you must have experienced this where you've maybe complained about something, you've asked, where's my stuff? And someone they throw someone else under a bus. And it's like, oh, suppliers and this and that. And it's like, all you want to hear is,
sorry,
I'm on it. Yeah, like, we're going to do it. I had it in the restaurant the other day, and everyone was taking the piss out of me for going full Karen. And I really wasn't. I was just trying to feed back on something that had happened. And
I bet they loved you.
Like, he was throwing his staff under the bus, and it was and I could just feel myself going,
it's not good.
It's not good. Like, like if you fucked up, just which is what I said to him. If you fucked up, just take ownership for it. Like, it's not a big deal. Just own the problem, and then you can deal it. You don't have to start blaming others and then making it worse by sending other. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, own your own shit essentially. And as soon as you're in control of it, it's amazing. Then the stuff you can do, even if it's not your fault, just pretend it is, and then you're in a position to do it.
Even if you haven't done it, just take responsibility.
Yeah, take responsibility. We all know someone that literally blames everything on somebody or something. It's like Sad from the Raggy Dolls. It's just like, it's someone else's fault. My ex-wife from 5 years ago. It's like, fuck off. Like, just sort it out. I'm going on a rant now. We're over time. So own your shit.
Yeah, we should change this to own your shit.
Own your shit.
The good stuff and the bad stuff. And once you've got that, you're in control. And there's so much power from being in control. So have a look at what's happening. Don't keep saying, I'm so lucky. Be grateful for the good stuff. Put it out there to universe. I'm so grateful. And when things go wrong, own them as well. Because that's when you can change stuff.
And if you're looking at people that you think are lucky, then have a look at what they're doing. Try and get a little behind the scenes. Yeah. And if anything, just copy that. Don't copy the result. Just copy what they're doing. If you're saying, oh, they've got loads of clients, is it because they're on social media every day? Is it because they're showing up every single Friday doing a live, taking time out? And, all of those things, exactly. See what I did there? All of those things add up.
Yeah.
All of those things add up. So just, you don't have to go and, launch business Funsize Live 2 or something, but you can replicate those things, those indicators for success. So yeah, hopefully that has been a useful morning for everyone watching.
Woohoo! Let's go out and play in the sunshine. See you back here next week.
See you next week, Friday, 10 a.m. Bye.